Hey everyone, welcome to another video from Melbourne Gardener. Today I wanted to share with you how to build a pergola, and this series of videos will come in many parts. I don't know how many parts at the moment, but I suspect it'll be 4 or 5 parts. I'll cover off some of the considerations around planning, around council, as well as the approach that I took, and how to save money on doing it my way, but also opportunities to do things a bit better. So let's jump straight into it. The first thing to consider around building a pergola is, what's your functional use? So for me, it was really to protect the deck and to create some a bit of a barrier towards this side of the house, and so that the stumps here weren't getting flooded, as well as just making use of this deck area during winter and having an opportunity to even come out in summer and have a meal. The second consideration, besides the functional use, is thinking about location. Is your pergola going to be really close to your neighbour's boundary? This is one of the considerations. For me, I had to move. I originally wanted it all the way to the boundary, but that wasn't allowed. So I had to get some consultants in, and eventually I moved it away from the boundary based on what was allowed. I will go into the details of all of this in subsequent videos, but today it's really just the first part is really just about overall considerations, overall thoughts. Third consideration when you're thinking about a pergola is the construction materials. Do you want a clear or opaque polycarb roof, or do you want a metal roof? Do you want a wooden pergola, or do you want a steel constructed one? Do you want an A-frame which matches potentially the design of your house, or do you want a single slope and have it potentially attached to further up in your house? There's lots of design considerations, and you really need to have a think about it, because each of those has a separate cost and it has a separate construction process. For me, I chose these wooden trusses, and I think it looks quite nice, and it took a little while to paint it all, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I also chose an A-frame because it actually matches my existing carport, and that was one of the things that you need to factor in. Well, there's an existing building that you're attached to, there's an existing carport, and how can I best design this so that it looks pretty natural that with the existing with the existing space. All right, and really, the other consideration that you need to think about is drainage for gutters. So I have so with my one, we have installed a gutter on this side that runs underneath the deck to a waste point over there, or to a drainage, and as you can see, the two roofs meet into that gutter, and we've also installed an additional downpipe here because of the length of the house. So there's a downpipe on that end, there's a downpipe here, and then there's a downpipe there. Originally I was going to connect it further up, but But actually, there were some issues with accessing that bit because the crawl space is really hard to get to. So I've decided to add it here. All right, I think that's pretty much most of the considerations around design and around some of the external kind of factors. Some other considerations that you need to think about is how much are you going to organize yourself versus getting a project manager or a company or a builder to do it. I can tell you that you will at least, well, in Melbourne anyway, is that you will pay at least double, if not more, if you were to go with an outsourced solution. So if you are not managing and not looking at getting materials yourself, you will pay at least double. In the vicinity, and look, it depends. This was probably 9x4 or 8x4 meters, 8 meters long, 4 meters wide, or roughly. And I paid, I'd say in the area of maybe 15,000 perhaps. I can't recall now, but it was around that. And Outsource Solutions is probably around $30,000. It sounds like a lot, and you might get quotes for a bit under that, but you need to factor in that any adjustments, anything that's not quite the exactly what you have asked for gets added on top of that, whether there's delays or issues with council permits, with material prices, all these kind of things. So you just got to be careful. And also, if you decide to change the design or you then yeah, potentially there's some ramifications there too. So this is hopefully a good starting point for you to consider why you would want a pergola, what and also what type of construction and what approach you would want to be going towards. I naturally like to know how things work, so I did do most of it, well, half of it myself and half of it with some contractors. And I'm very grateful that I found a carpenter that I could work with, and while he was a little slow and a little and not 100%, I would say, accurate in everything, he did have a really good demeanor around and working with me, because I didn't also know what I was doing, and I would change my mind all the time, and he was very patient with me, and I'm really thankful for him. So that's it for this video. Tune in for the next videos that I will do, and come along on this journey, so I can share more about what we did with these stumps and poles, what we chose around these brackets, and why we chose it that way. How did we actually put these trusses up? Why did I choose to do a polycarb roof instead of a metal roof, because that wasn't allowed. Also, some of the things to consider around your downpipes, and so hopefully this will be beneficial for you, and you can learn and go on your own journey. All right, have a great one. See you in the next video.